Songs are really ministry, man. Do you think a song can be a sermon, sometimes even greater than a sermon?
Now, I could pull out a Bible and they'll break out the cold beer and quit listening.
Yeah.
But if I pull out a guitar,
Oh, I know.
there's just those moments where you just read something and go, Lord, I don't know how, but that's about to be a song, and I know you're going to do it, you know?
Singer-songwriter Rob Dubois joins us on Backroads Truth.
I wrote a song one time just after my diagnosis, walking through the house and just looking at all the pictures on the wall and stuff and just thinking about, this isn't how you want it to end, you know, that the Lord just kind of speaks to me and goes, all right, now it's time to write. My faithful friend.
Wow. You got a couple of songwriters on Backroads Truth today. Do you think maybe songs sometimes, they're not just meant straight up for people to listen to or to turn on? Songs are really ministry, man. Do you think a song can be a sermon, sometimes even greater than a sermon?
You know, there's a difference, and you know this, there's a difference between leading a congregation singing to the Lord and then performing in honor of the Lord. And so that's just where my heart's always been. Now, I'll go back to what you just said about the prisons and stuff. You know, I haven't done much of that, but with the Cowboy Church, something that I wanted to do when I got started there is you can't have a voice with somebody if you have nothing in common with them. Wow. And so I poured into. That's great, I didn't grow up ranching or cowboying or anything, but I learned really quick. I got underneath some guys and we started day working.
Yes, sir.
And when I pull out a guitar, you know, after a hard day's work with a bunch of cowboys, now I could pull out a Bible and they'll break out the cold beer and quit listening. Yeah. But if I pull out a guitar,
oh, I know.
I could have the same message put into song that I would preach from the Bible, but if in that song, they're listening, you know, and so I totally understand that.
I was with a bunch of boys not long ago, man, up in, so I can't remember where I was at, and we're out, they had this really awesome gun range. They had like guns, man. You know, we love guns on Backroads Truth, man. They had guns everywhere, and they knew I was the preacher, man, you know, and they were like, you know, kind of a little bit standoffish, but they said, hey, preacher, see if you can shoot. And so they put something in my hand. I just tat, 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 you know, man, a preacher can shoot. Give me that AR, man. You know, and I was able to relate in that because they saw that I was just real. But yeah, when I pull the guitar out, you know, man, later and sit down, it's something about, man, that not only the familiarity with people, but I think here's what it is. I believe it's just being real with people. Just being real. Yeah, the fact you mentioned they went drinking cold beer and you didn't go, oh my God, the devil, you know? Oh my God, Satan. You know, you didn't do that. You just said, no, I love you, man. God loves you, and hey, I'm cool, man, with it, you know? You know, me and you both got tattoos, and a lot of people be tripping out about that. But, you know, there again, because we're somewhat Bible students, hopefully, we understand, you know, some things about it, and it may not be your choice. It's fine. But what I'm trying to get at is, getting back on my deal, is that you said there was a difference in worship leading and performing. You know, I want you to talk about that just for a second and tell me what you think the difference is. And then we're going to use that to move into what I think is going to be maybe an introduction to your song you're going to sing. And that's just how we minister to people through music. Whatever it may be, worship or performing. And I'm not afraid of that word. I mean, but getting up and just rendering a song for someone to listen to. Right. What do you think the difference is, man?
Thanks for hanging out with us. If you want more, click here to catch the full conversation.